What's up, guys? I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I would like to welcome you to the tutorial series, which is about Python exercises. So this is the second lecture in this series, and today we'll be looking at exercise 2. So it's nothing too difficult once again. And without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. Okay, we have exercise 2. Write a program that will ask the user to enter his or her name. The program should then respond with a message that says hello to the user using his or her name. Okay, so guys, looking at this question at face value, we understand that input is going to be required in this particular example, right? For this particular task, we need to make use of the input keyword because the program is going to ask the user, we're going to make a request to the user to enter their name, and we do this using the input function. Now, a variable will also be used. I think one variable will be more than enough because it's just one username that we will be storing. And we'll also notice that as we work through this, we'll be seeing a simple example or use case of string concatenation, right? So let's get straight into the exercise. So we'll do a username. I'll name my variable that. You can go ahead and name your variable whatever you like. Username, this is going to store or take in that input. We'll say please enter your name. Okay, after that we're going to do a simple print hello, and we'll do a comma user name. This should be it. So let's run this program. Please enter your name. Let's do it, Shivek. Right, and we are able to see that output is hello Shivek. Now, oftentimes I see my fellow colleagues as well, so I'd just like to highlight this little functionality of the print statement regarding string concatenation, right? So like I often see people using a plus, right? So the plus sign will go here, and you can do a string user name, right? So its output will be the same. I just want to highlight a few important stuff regarding this particular example. So the first thing, primarily we are going to be talking about the concatenation process here. And just like you need to be very careful with the concatenation process. Why I say that is because you see of these spaces and so on. So there's different ways basically in which we can actually perform concatenation in order to get the output of hello Shivek with the single space, because we expect a single space between words that get printed to the console. And in the event of us concatenating a variable to an existing string object, there are several ways to do that, right? So the way in which we did that was we just did a username. We did a hello comma username. So you'll notice that by default using the comma followed by the variable or the other object, it automatically adds that space for us. Okay. One other thing I'd like to tell you is the alternate way in which we can do this would be username, right? I want you to have a look at this output. Notice now this is also concatenation. This is string concatenation. It's concatenating hello with the input that we provided to the username variable. And you'll notice here that it's saying hello Shivek, but there's no space between the outputted text or the outputted words. Let me zoom in a little here. Okay. That's much better. Hello Shivek. There is no space. So the way in which we can actually do that would be to do a and notice now we have added the space, but this time we added the space, that space character, we had to add it manually, right? And I mean, people have different preferences. I don't really prefer to be placing spaces manually. I mean, if I need to, I will, but in a simple scenario or case like this, I will use the comma. The comma places a default space for us, so there's no need to add this string space character manually. I'll give you another example. Okay, so we have successfully completed this exercise. We've asked the user for their name via an input prompt, and after that we proceeded to print the hello message followed by their name, the username. So that's fine. I will take this out for now. Okay, no, actually let's leave that. Yeah, I'll take this out, and I just want to give you a small explanations of some cool and interesting string concatenation stuff. Okay, so I still have my username Shivek. Now let's experiment with this concept of string concatenation, right? I can do, as I said, a hello followed by a comma and the variable that I need to concatenate. I can do a print hello followed by the arithmetic operator followed by that followed by my username. Now you'll also notice that there is no need for me to be casting any variables because in Python you cannot add a number to a string. An integer or a float cannot be added to a string, but a string can be added to a string. And in that case, in that situation, we call that process of adding strings to strings, we call it string concatenation, right? Now, so what's interesting is that you see both these ways give us the same output, hello Shivek, with the format space character in between. It's just that in the first method or technique, we are using the comma. By default, the comma places the space there for us. We can also do a hello, put the space there, and then we can string the username. And notice, see, so they are, that's the thing with programming, right? With programming, guys, there is no one answer. There's no correct answer. There's no correct technique. Let me phrase it that way. There's no correct approach to go about solving or tackling a problem, right? It all depends on your preferences, on your thought processes, on your logic, the way you want to do stuff, the way you understand stuff. Because different people understand a problem in different ways. Different people will go about solving a problem in different ways. And that's the important thing. The most important thing is that you understand what you are doing and you are comfortable doing it. So I think that's the major ones that I wanted to actually show you. Another cool thing that I could show you would be, so you see, in the event of us having to print, let's say we have several variables. I will conclude the video after I show you this little one more cool thing. So we can comment that out. We don't really need that. I will create a variable. So I'm just coming up with random stuff here. Just bear with me. Just for an example. So 2 is equals to 2. I'll just make 3 variables. So we have these 3 variables, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's space them out. So The print statement can make use of an unlimited number of commas. That's the cool thing. Unlimited number of commas. So what I mean is that in the event of us having a large program, in which we have to do quite a bit of string concatenation, that's actually when the comma is actually used, right? It saves developers, I would say, time. It's very, what's the word? It's very feasible. It's feasible to actually be making use of the comma. It saves the developers from confusion and from cluttered code. I'll give you a simple example. So you know, in order to concatenate this, we can actually call the variables as we've been seeing all along, and then we can manually add that space. Or we can simply do a 1, 2, 3 and see. That's the point I'm trying to get at. It is much more readable in terms of our lines of code. So we just simply separate the objects that we'd like to print out using a comma, and the print function automatically recognizes that as a space, as the space character. It automatically sort of places, gives us the space character between all our string objects. So that's about it, guys, for this lesson. I do hope that you understand the concept between the program that we have just coded. And if you are a beginner, I really do hope to help you along your journey with Python. And feel free to leave your code in the comments, or leave a link to the code. I'll be glad to visit the hyperlinks and provide you feedback. And also, if you require any assistance, I'll be glad to help you out. I should mention to you, do be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like more tech tutorials as we've been doing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.